Greetings everyone, welcome back to Blade Bias. I made an audio purchase because I was a dumbass and I broke the cable for my Blessing 3s. But that's okay because it was a terrible cable anyway. This was $20 and it's just way better. $300 IMs and the stock cable was awful. $20 aftermarket cable, actually pretty good. Anyway, you guys aren't here to talk about audio, even though I will be making a video on that cable once I use it a little bit more, but that'll be a bonus bias. Don't you have to worry about that. You've already seen the title. I don't know why I always pretend to be like, oh, I wonder what we're going to talk about today. I'm flipping the Squiddy. You've seen the title. You've seen the thumbnail. It's time to check out the Squiddy WH, lads. Now, this package is really annoying. I made the mistake of cutting one of these open before, and they're just filled with like recycled stuff, and it's the worst thing ever. Whoa, look at that box. Oh, that looks fantastic. Oh, wow. Okay, hold on. Let me just check the rest of the box. This is an order number that you guys don't need to see. And there is nothing else. I really do despise. I know it's recycled and it's all good, but like it's filled with just stuff that gets everywhere, and I just despise it. So today we are checking out the Squiddy WH. This is obviously a collaboration between Will Hirsch and Squid Industries, although I've heard that Brandon actually also pulled some heavy weight in terms of this thing. So I'm pretty excited to check it out. I feel like I have to disclose that I purchased this myself this time, because usually, you know, if people are going to point at me, they say, oh, he's the Will Hirsch shill, he'll say anything that they make is good, because they send him stuff for free as well. Paid for this for my own money, and I gotta be honest with you, I can't exactly... Hello? I can't exactly say that I'm like the most excited in the world about this thing, for a couple reasons that we'll get into in just a second, but mostly because I already have... This is my 6th Squiddy. I've got the B, U, A, L, O, G, A, and now WH. B, U, A, L, W, H. What am I missing? Oh, yeah, O, G. A, B, U. Yeah, A, B, U, O, G, A, L, W, H. Oh, my gosh. Can I not count? I can't count. Holy cow. And I'm pretty certain this thing's just going to flip like a Squiddy. Like, I'm not terribly excited to flip this thing for the balance and the flipping aspects of it. What I am excited for is that this might be the first product of the Squiddy lineup that can properly compete with some of the other 3D printed makers in the space. Granted, I don't think the Squiddy has been a bad option all this time. I like the Squiddy A, but you don't get a lot of grip, and there's not too much going on with the design. It's just a flat, you know, handle. There's nothing, there's no jimping, there's no grip indents, there's nothing like that. So this is going to be one of the first Squiddies to actually like dive into that, besides the AL, but even the AL has its own grip problems that we'll talk about in my week video. I'm excited to see this thing. I'm excited to see the design. What is this? I'm excited to see the design, and I'm excited to see how much it really, the grip, oh, it's the O-rings, how much the design actually affects the grip and the flipping and makes this thing a more viable plastic ballast song. So this thing retails, I believe, for $80, which is, it's a price. $5 less than the Squiddy AL, but $5 more than the Squiddy A, but $5 less than the Squiddy AL. So it sits in an interesting place. I definitely think, just like preliminary based on what I've seen of it, I definitely think I would pick it over the A, but not the AL. Gosh, keeping the Squiddy lineup in your head straight is so strange. Immediately, this is a different finish. Ooh, what number did I get? 65. Pretty cool. So four numbers off the funny number. The finish feels way different. Now this could just be because my Squiddy B is old and used, but it feels more weird. I don't know. The finish on it's strange. And I'm not even gonna I'm just gonna flip it. Okay, interesting. It's a Squiddy, but it's a weird Squiddy. The paw looks great. I think it looks great. I really like the design on this thing, actually. You got the signature on the side. You got the first production thing, which actually is raised a little bit. Like, this is a genuine, like, grip point. If you were to do... I mean, kind of. Kind of. I am actually going to take off the bite handle indicator, because that could be messing with the flipping aspects of this thing a little bit. It feels close to a Squiddy, but it does feel a little bit different to me. I'm trying to put my finger on how. It's a little wonky. Oh, whoopsies. It flips. The Squiddy B is already fairly wonky. But the WH, or as I like to call it, the Squirsh, that's terrible. He goes a little wonkier for some reason. It's very shaky. But, like, it flips like a Squiddy. We're talking, like, if it is any different, it's like the A to the B. Some people probably wouldn't even notice it, to be perfectly honest with you. It flips good. Now, I want to know how the texturing, because we got this little cutouts here, we got the jimping on the side. How much does that help grip? Because the Squiddy lineup, not exactly known for being that grippy. And I can actually do ladders now. It's good. It's good. Let me try and do a ladder on this, actually. Okay. Okay. I'm still very intermediate at ladders, like probably still beginner at my my little infinity ladder here, but there's definitely a significant amount of effort that has to go into keeping the Squiddy B with you. Squiddy A, I imagine, is going to be the same thing. Yes. But the WH, the jimping does something. I'm not going to say it's the most effective jimping out there, but this is a plastic balisong, so, you know, I'm not exactly going to hammer it into the ground for not having the most amazing jimping I've ever felt. It's probably the best jimping I felt on a plastic balisong. Video on the chroma coming soon. The chroma comes close, I will say that. Kind of. We'll talk about the chroma in a future video, though. I don't want to get too much into that. Yeah, man, I mean, it's a Squiddy. It's a Squiddy with better grip. Which leads me to the value proposition of this thing. I think it's okay. I'm going to be honest with you. Considering that the Squiddy PDP was $100, which I'm going to go ahead and speculate is nothing to do with Squid Industries. That is complete speculation. Please don't take that with any hint of truth to it. But I would imagine that Squid didn't have really any say in how much that the Squiddy PDP costed. So seeing this thing be $20 less with more features is nice, and seeing them iterate on the Squiddy design is nice. We finally get to stray away from the same blade that's on 6 different Squiddy models. And we get like actual grip features in the handles. I know Will is looking for feedback on this thing, so if you own one of these and you have like feedback to it, definitely tell Will. Leave a comment on one of his videos or something. I think preliminarily, I don't think the grip is doing enough. I think the jimping is good. Could be a little better if it was deeper. But my big thing is that I'm not noticing these things on the faces as much as I would really like to. Specifically, like when you're doing a fan and you want to switch into going into like an index rollover, you're gripping immediately on this place. And when I'm flipping fast, I'm not really feeling it that much. I'm not saying I want it to dig into my hands. And it is certainly better than just a flat surface of the normal Squiddy. But it's not doing as much for me as I would have expected looking at the design. But other than that, though, I mean, yeah, I don't really have too much to say about this thing, because the main thing I was excited about was seeing, is the grip going to be good? I mean, I know a lot of people have been concerned about this design, like breaking because it's thin up here. I don't really think that that's going to be a huge issue, but again, we'll see. I don't know if I'm going to be perfectly honest with you, I don't know if I'm going to be durability testing mine because I don't even know if I plan on keeping mine. I think owning as many Squiddies as I do is a lot. But it's definitely something that I wanted to check out. And I mean, it's a Squiddy. So like if you want the extra features, the face cutouts, the jimping, if you want a cool design, if you like the fox face or the fox paw, and most importantly, not most important. No, most importantly is if you like the design, but also if you want to support Will, Brandon, get a cool knife in the process, there's a reason to get it. I think there's reasons for this for sure. So I think the value proposition is good. I think I would probably pick it over the Squiddy A, to be perfectly honest with you. Not that the Squiddy A is bad. I actually vastly prefer, not vastly, I prefer the balance on the Squiddy A just because it is that ever so slight bit lighter because of the Ultem. But the grip isn't great. I don't know. I like the Squiddy A compared to the rest of the Squiddy lineup, but I also like the Squiddy WH compared to the rest of the Squiddy lineup. But then I also like the Squiddy AL way more than any of the other Squiddies, so it's in a really rough place. Squid's product lineup is so cluttered, man. And this certainly isn't doing anything to help it, but it's cool. It's a very cool design, and if you that really is it. If you like the design, I would say just get one, because they're coming back. They're going to be in full production eventually. So if you like the design, I would say just get one, because like this flips like a Squiddy. If you're expecting something different from a Squiddy, besides having a little bit more grip, then you're looking in the wrong place. But yeah, good job, Will. Good job, Squid. Good job, everyone involved. Pretty cool. It looks very nice in person. I don't know if I talked about that when I first saw it, but I like the look of it in person quite a bit. I have seen prototypes of it before in person. I flipped one of the early prototypes. So this isn't like new to me or anything like that, but it's still pretty cool. I like it. But yeah, I don't know. If you guys want, I don't know, do you guys want me to do I spent a week with the Squiddy WH? Do you care that much? Because like at the end of the day, the only thing that changes is the grip, and I can pretty much tell you that the grip is better than a Squiddy B. Because, you know, I think anyone could tell you that just from looking at a picture. Do you want to see an I spent a week with the Squiddy WH? I don't know. Leave a comment below. I'm probably not going to do one unless people want to see it. So let me know. But otherwise, thank you all for watching. And I'll see you in the next one. Pretty cool. Little fox paw. I like it. Finally someone innovated on the Squiddy lineup. I'm so happy about that fact. Thank you, Will. All right. Later.